Hi, I've got another real estate video for you because people seem to like the real estate type videos. So here it is to show the insanity of, once again, the insanity of property here in Sydney and the market in general and house flipping, which we're going to look at now, whether it's either intentional house flipping or whether it's just, I don't know, they had to sell or something and the market's just gone nuts. I've got an example here, okay? Here's a property. 950k. It's in the Blue Mountains. It's a little two-bedder cottage. It's on a large block of land, over an acre for 5,000 square meters here. Not too shabby at all, but that's not too uncommon up in the mountains, sort of outside of the main, sort of a little bit outside of the main towns and stuff. So it's listed for 950 to $1 million, okay? And for those who don't know, Sydney, once again, here's Sydney here, and Sydney's basically a 50-kilometre like half radius here. It extends right from Sydney. The Harbour Bridge is in here, the Opera House, and the Harbour Bridge, of course, links Australia over to New Zealand here. And about 50 kilometres out, you've got Penrith, which is the base of the Blue Mountains here. Then you've got the Great Western Highway, which wiggles its way, wiggle, 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 yeah, all the way up the mountains. There's two ways up the mountains, but this is the main way up the Great Western Highway. Everything's great here in Australia. Got the Great Western Highway, Great Dividing Range, the Great Australian Bight. We've got great everything. Anyway, here is Katoomba up here at basically the top of the mountains, even though Blackheath's pretty much like the highest point. Katoomba's not too far behind, but that's the main tourist mecca. A lot of tourists, when they come to Sydney, they want to see like the gorgeous Blue Mountains scenery. So this is all the Blue Mountains here, and Katoomba's one of the tourist meccas. It's got the Three Sisters, that's its like main attraction. It's got walking tracks. Wentworth Falls, another incredibly popular place with waterfalls, and the Empress Falls, where I've done the canyoning video. That was up there where, you know, the original one where I abseiled the 30-meter waterfall and stuff. That was at Wentworth Falls there, and a very popular tourist destination. Before COVID, of course, you'd have like bus loads of predominantly Asian tourists, China and Japan and stuff. They would bus load. They come out to see the Three Sisters, and back they go. Okay, we've seen the Blue Mountains. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Anyway, up here in Katoomba. Okay, so it's a little two-bedder place with a separate little like studio type thing here, and let's have a look. Okay, so this is 950 to $1 million. Okay, it's a nice little cottage style here, right? And these photos aren't very good, as we'll see. Right, it's got some rustic wrought iron over here, right? And it's not done up. It's not you know, they haven't furnished it for the photos or anything, right? The kitchen looks a bit daggy. Whoever took these photos just has no clue whatsoever. It's like they took them on their phone and took them on their shoe phone, and Bob's your uncle, right? They're just, yeah, it's not really selling this place, as we'll see in a minute, because I'm going to show you the history of this place. So here it is. Here's your 5,000 square meters here. So it's just outside of, it's just a few minutes up. So anyway, yeah, that looks, yeah, it looks a bit daggy, right? Here's a separate studio and stuff, right? So anyway, there it is there. So there's the train line going there. There's the Great Western Highway heading all the way to Blackheath up here, and there it is, tucked away in there on your 5,000 square meters. The Hydro Majestic is a place at Medlow Bath there, which is like a famous old hotel thing. It's now like a wedding venue and stuff, and they've got fancy hatted restaurants and stuff there. You know, anyway, nice place, right? $950, nice little two-bedder mountains cottage kind of thing. Now, house flipping. House flipping is where you've no doubt seen the TV shows, right? It's practically a national sport here in Australia. This is where you buy a property up, usually like a rundown kind of place, and then you might do it up. You know, you put a splash of paint on, you might put in a new bathroom, a new kitchen, make it look all schmick and fancy-pantsy, right? And then you flip it. Like, that might take you 6 months. You might put 30 or 50 grand into or something, and then you might flip it for, like, you know, $100,000 profit, or even $200,000 profit, or even more, right? Well, let's have a look at the history of this place, okay? So what did it sell for? When was it last sold? Well, it was last sold in April 2021, this year, April, for $730,000, okay? It's now listed for 950. That's a 30% increase. If they actually get a mil for it, which they might in the current market, people are just going nuts, then that's well over 30%. Even if they get 950 for it, that's a 30% increase in basically 6 or 7 months. Don't know how long it's been on the market, but basically let's just say like 6 months, half a year, 30% increase. And they've done nothing to it. They haven't flipped it. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with house flipping, right? Because it adds value. You're adding value. You buy a house, you do it like a rundown place, you do it up, you're hiring tradespeople and stuff like that. So, you're helping the economy. There's cash flow. There's the velocity of currency. It's all happening, right? It's all good, right? So there's nothing wrong with actually adding value and, selling and making a profit. You're essentially, providing a service, like doing it up and that sort of thing, helping the economy. It's all good. But let's have a look at the previous listing, shall we? Now, here's the professional photos. This is the same place. Remember this. This is the same place, right? Look at this. Nice professional photos. Beautiful. I don't think the lawn looks like that anymore, does it? Look, it looks really nice there. There's that wrought iron artwork, and they've got a pod. We'll see this in a minute. And look, they've fully furnished it. It looks quite schmick. I like the look at the stained glass like artwork kind of thing here. It's got a fireplace, right? It's looking pretty schmick. It's looking good, isn't it? It's looking good. This was 6 months ago. It was obviously used for maybe like an acupuncture place or something like that. They were using the studio for that by the looks of it. But you'll notice that like this green, it's all exactly the same, right? Nothing's been changed. They haven't even put a lick of paint on it. Not that it needed to. Like 6 months ago when this thing sold, it was schmick. Look, it looks really quite nice, right? And the photos are infinitely better, right? So somebody got a bargain. Well, the current owner, right, got a bargain back then. Oh, well, it was good, right? So all the it's really quite nice, right? For a little two-bedder cottage here. But that sold for $730,000 back then. So they've done absolutely nothing to it. They haven't even, so they're flipping this for a 30% profit in like 6 months by doing absolutely nothing for it. Unbelievable. So whether or not they bought it with the intention to do something with it and then, they were forced to sell and it just so happens the market's gone up 30%, it has no, in some areas it might have gone up actually 30% in 6 months. It's just, it's nuts what's happened in the last like 6 months, a year. It's just crazy. Absolutely nuts. But there it is. So, well, good luck to them if they can flip that, I guess, for a 30% profit in 6 months. But there you go. That's house flipping and the insanity of real estate in Australia. I should have bought it. I should have got the loan to buy that at $730. It was listed for $650, so they actually overpaid back then. They actually paid above the listing price here, $730. So, yeah, but they're now 6 months later. They're flipping it for $950 to $1 million, and they'll probably get it. They'll probably find someone who just wants to, put their money into it. I don't know. They might want to turn it into an Airbnb. They might want to live in it, move up the mountains, or a retired couple, get out of the big smoke. The tree change thing. Everyone's doing that. It's the in thing. Yeah, but they couldn't even be asked to, have they even mowed the lawn, for goodness sake? Anyway, the photos are just, they couldn't be even asked for all that profit, they couldn't even be asked to get decent photos on it. Unbelievable. So there you go. House flipping, and, well, maybe they timed the market just right. 30%. Nutso. Catch you next time.